Joe Vasili, Angelica Suffren, Carla Fountain are officials. Home whites for Notre Dame, the #1 seed and regular season champs, and the road blacks for Louisville.
Right away, you see Chrislyn Carr is going to face guard Sonia Citron and make it difficult, and someone else have to be a primary ball handler.
And a charge taken by Louisville. As you check out the starting 5 for Louisville, they've been mixing things up of late, and that has been beneficial. 7-2 in their last 9 games, with Nyla Harris, the freshman, serving a more prominent role here down the stretch.
Well, I think the #1 thing is Mykasa Robinson's capable of playing the point. Hailey Van Lith floating a little bit on that jumper.
The Notre Dame starting 5 without Dara Mabry and Olivia Miles. Their starting backcourt for much of the season. Mabry out for the year. Miles out for an uncertain amount of time after an injury in the Louisville game in the regular season finale.
Do you think Sonia Citron slept it all last night based on the pressure she knew she was going to see today?
And it is Carr to start out, as you mentioned. They put Robinson on Westbeld.
Well, here's what they're going to do is they're going to mix it up. They're going to face guard her. They're going to take away a Notre Dame rhythm offensively and take them deeper into the shot clock.
Harris off the dribble, draws the foul. The freshman out of Windermere, Florida. Terrific recruiting class for Jeff Walls this season, now in his 16th year. Another trip back to the Final Four a season ago, but it's been a rocky road, Debbie, replacing 3 starters kind of up and down, and now they have sort of found their rhythm here of late.
Remember, this was a top 10 preseason team, and they fell out of the polls, and they have worked their way back. I have them in my poll the last 3 weeks. I think they are trending in the right direction, and as Angel pointed out, in March, that's when Jeff Walls does his best work.
4 straight years of at least getting to the Elite 8.
Well, people forget they were in the Final Four last year with some of this very same personnel, including Hailey Van Lith.
Westbeld, the entry to Lauren Ebo, the transfer from Texas. Spins, goes to the right hand short, and a good box out for the Ville.
Good details early on the defensive end by Louisville.
Carr pulls up for 3. Offensive rebound and another foul. Check out the ACC Coach of the Year, the former star point guard, a national champion at Notre Dame, now in her 3rd season with the Irish. A couple of decades over there at Notre Dame for Niele since winning the title back in 2001. It's a short bench with the injuries that they have had.
Well, you lose your starting backcourt, it's always going to take time to adjust. They've had time to adjust to the Mabry injury. That's an ACL. She's out, and her career is finished at Notre Dame. And then Olivia Miles is listed as day-to-day. However, the strategy by Notre Dame not to release the status of her injury, I think, is excellent, because you don't want their seeding to be affected should Olivia Miles not be able to come back. We don't know. We think she could.
The selection committee has to consider injuries and who's available. Citron rattles a shot in. Somebody's looking for an easy bucket. Robinson scooped it up, tough shot. And it will go the other way. Last touch by the Cardinals.
A few nerves.
I think both sides too, Debbie, might have been pressing a little bit for that early knockout punch. Does not come.
I thought Louisville played exceptionally well yesterday, locked in on the defensive end. Hailey Van Lith got them off to a great start offensively.
Which have 17 of their first 7 points.
Yes.
As they took care of Wake Forest. Westbeld
sees the floor well. She's a tremendous facilitator on the top of the floor in their high-low game or in their chin action.
Cochran hits over Nat Marshall, who has checked into the lineup for Notre Dame. And there's the pressure off the make. That's why Louisville is so anxious to make buckets, Debbie, so they can set up this full court pressure. What is it, 11 years, I think, of Mabry's.
Not enough for me.
Come to a close. There's another one.
Yeah.
May not be over yet.
Well, she's going somewhere else right now, I think.
Marshall. And a foul. I think Carr might have gotten a little too aggressive on Citron there.
She's flat out baller. And shoots a very high clip outside the three-point line.
Now it's Morgan Jones. They're getting some length on her defensively, and she has drawn a 2nd consecutive foul.
To mix up the way they guard her in ball screen action, that time they bring the double.
was able to get over the top. And another, that is 3 consecutive fouls drawn by Citron.
Okay, now that's not the way the game was officiated yesterday.
Bransford. Prosper. Oh, pass was deflected. Hands are working 5 times, the champions of this tournament, including a stretch of 4 straight at one point. Then Louisville knocked him off the perch, and the Irish came back to win it the following year. Shot clock violation, so a shot clock violation. Waiting for the offenses to arrive. Both sides a combined 3 of 15 shooting thus far, and a pass picked off by Bransford.
They switch to the zone and they get a turnover. Notre Dame played 7 possessions of zone last game, but I think we'll expect to see more.
Baseline, no. Dixon, good. Weak side box. It's going to be a foul on Citron. Morgan Jones at the line, 69%. That was the first foul on Citron. All 3 first-round games coming your way starting at 2 Eastern on ACC Network and your ESPN app.
I think there's a lot to be determined yet, and what happens in the SEC today could have an impact. What happens in the Pac-12? There's a steal by Robinson.
Robinson gets the pick, and Jones gets the lay-in.
Steal, score, steal, score. That's the mentality for Louisville on the defensive end.
Press has forced a couple turnovers already, Angel.
So that's more of what Jeff Walsh was wanting from his team. He said, you know what the difference is? They're forcing you to foul, and we're settling on the other end. Make them make a decision. Jab, screen hard at the top, and go downhill and make a play.
Good swing it around Robinson mid-range.
Yeah, good ball movement. Mykasa Robinson, that's her range.
Watson. Shot clock down to 5.
Good switch right there by Louisville.
Citron blocked by Van Lith, got a piece of it.
See, I think Dixon needs a touch this time down.
Robinson on the drive. Jones. Mykasa. Van Lith. Off the bounce. Boy, everything is rushed right now.
It's too fast, right? Too fast. They're playing hard, but it's just like what happened in Duke, Carolina yesterday.
Maddie Westfeld just picked up her 2nd personal foul here in the first quarter. So 2 Notre Dame starters with 2 fouls, she and Ebo.
And you've got 6'5" that Louisville does, that Notre Dame can't really put on the floor. You got to look to go back door here. Ball fake them.
Now it's back to Carr on Citron. The help from Dixon. In and out, Van Lith. And a chance here for Louisville to beat the buzzer. Carr on the drive, hangs in and out. And the lid remains on the here, undercutting Olivia Cochran.
Excuse me, and it's .4 on the clock.
Yes, so 2 free throws with .4 still to go in the first quarter. For Lauren Ebo, that's 3 Notre Dame starters with 2 fouls each. It was not the prettiest of first quarters. In fact, the fewest first quarter points scored in a game for Notre Dame. Louisville wasn't all that better.
And the reason why I say down on Notre Dame is the injuries and the foul trouble now that is mounted here in the first quarter.
3 starters with 2 fouls each, and they are all sidelined. Robinson pulls up and hits in the lane.
And if you're Louisville and you know that Mykasa Robinson's your only player that's made 2 baskets, things got to be looking up for you.
The 2 studs, Citron and Van Lith, a combined 1 for 9. The defenses have really been keying on them. Here's Hailey.
Good fill behind by Carr to save that basketball from being turned over.
Robinson feeling it.
but her energy and her effort is focused on this end of the floor where she can be so disruptive.
Well, and with the two stars quiet thus far, Van Lith gets a steal. You have to have the other Cardinals and the other Irish pick it up.
Her message was, this is not the plan. I want you to be tough. I want you to fight, but be disciplined. Give yourselves a chance.
Yeah, and as a result, two of those starters in foul trouble, actually now all three have returned. Bransford, Ebo, and Westbeld back on the floor, and immediately they turn it back over. That's
uncomfortable,
9.
not in rhythm. Louisville starting to heat up offensively. All of those buckets off their defense in the live ball turnover situation. So I think Notre Dame ball fake, go back door, look to relieve some pressure with some dribble entries and some high post entries into your offense.
Harris with the miss, and it's cleaned up by Marissa Russell.
And she has supreme confidence because she's put the work in.
Bransford. Sonia Citron looks at her and says, hey, we need that every time. Robinson off the bounce, pitches it out. Russell spinning. Off the 1 foot, around and down.
Oh, what a move.
Prosper had it poked loose by Van Lith. Jones, this is where she's at her best. Open floor, lay-in. Already down their starting backcourt, and now without their leading scorer. Marshall gets it up and in.
Tough finish by Marshall. Marshall hasn't scored in the last couple of games.
Van Lith. Marshall with the rebound. Notre Dame trying to work its way back into it. And there you see back in the VOM, Citron trying to work through something. Westbeld with the flash. She's the go-to right now for Notre Dame, and she delivers. She's got 5. Russell. Big side, a rebound, and a putback for Cochran and some emotion. Inbound Westbeld, Marshall to beat the buzzer.
Good the box out.
Always good when the ball hits the floor, and Harris is fouled on the drive. Gets 1 or 2. Full court press. Winner gets to the ACC championship game. Second semifinal still coming up. Virginia Tech and Duke. With the player of the year, Liz Kitley. The defensive player of the year, Celeste Taylor, on opposite sides. Offensive rebound and a stick back Ebo. She had 3 black jerseys around her and won the battle. Van Lith. Robinson off the ball fake and the layup. What a move by Robinson to get the defender up.
Has Mykasa Robinson ever been Louisville's leading scorer?
The defense has held Notre Dame to 7 baskets in the first half, and only 1 for Sonia Citron. She's got it right here for the Irish.
Well, she's going to drive down, coming off a ball screen down the right lane line. There she goes.
Kono made her pick it up. Prosper, short. Knocked out of bounds to Louisville. Van Lith, try and beat the buzzer. Jacks. Can both star scorers catch fire? Citron 1 for 4 in the first half. Van Lith 1 for 9 in the first half.
So there's a high post entry. There's an adjustment right away by Niele Ivey. We didn't see that in the first half.
First shot off the mark from Bransford, who has 3 fouls. Watson has 3 fouls, and Lauren Ebo starts the second half with 4 personal fouls. Angel Gray, you had a chance to speak with Coach Ivy.
Yes, and as far as the 15 points in the first half, she said, look, let's credit what the Cardinals were able to do against us.
And it's the Virginia Tech offense, but don't discount how good they are on the other side of the ball also. They had a terrific game plan against Miami, and there's a turnover off the timeout.
In school history, they've never won an ACC championship. They've never made a deep run into the NCAA tournament and flirted with a Final Four.
They've never played in the finals of the ACC tournament.
So a lot on the line for that experienced group.
So Louisville has a chance right now to really break Notre Dame's spirit.
Robinson, Nyla Harris, got it.
That is very uncharacteristic of Notre Dame. This is the ACC regular season champion. And they earned it. It's a tough league this year. More parity, more balance in the league than I ever remember.
What a wild finish. On the final day of the regular season, Notre Dame beats Louisville and North Carolina upsets Duke. And so Notre Dame wins the regular season. Blue Devils avenged that loss with a win over North Carolina yesterday to knock them out. Got it, 16-footer.
You have a lapse like that right there. Now you get Notre Dame downhill and one opportunity for Citron.
Van Lith fouled on the drive. That is now the 3rd foul on Bransford.
You just are relentless with your ball pressure.
With that left foot on the nail. Hits them both. I got the nail in before you did, by the way. Let the record show.
But you didn't get the 17 panels from the sideline to the three-point line in the corner end.
Cochran, the tongue's out wagging, the lefty lay-in, and the smile as he heads the other way for Olivia Cochran.
Cochran rumbling, stumbling, and then Robinson with a tie-up.
What's better than a center with a handle and an open floor in front of her?
I mean, the pick. It's kind of like not the same wrestling you and I do over here in the booth. It's a little different.
They got 3 people with 3 fouls, but they've got fresh legs to bring in. It was Notre Dame over Louisville in the 2017 semis. They went on to win the title. Then Louisville beat Notre Dame in the 2018 final. And then the Irish came back to beat Louisville in the 2019 final. Betwixt the coaches. That always spices up the game.
Yep.
Cochran.
Duke and Virginia Tech are scouting the Cardinal live right now.
Well, and this is not what they wanted to see. The potential for the winner of this game to rest their starters in the final quarter if it comes to that. As Watson.
Coach was just talking about he didn't even recognize his team in those moments. Now they're seeing Notre Dame. That was their last regular season game. And they got beat by 3. So when you're thinking about their mentality coming in.
They've not been here before. And Watson is new to the program as a transfer.
Yeah. Van Lith, her first attack of the second half, knocks it down.
And that's the one thing about Hailey Van Lith. This is the maturity in her game. 26 yesterday.
Cochran, she's going to flirt with a double-double here shortly. 12 points, 8 rebounds.
Go into their chin action. There's Van Lith. Same play off the flare. Same spot on the floor.
Winding away inside and a foul.
And she's certainly not afraid of that kind of contact.
She gets to the line as well as anybody in the conference.
Debbie, if you like that so much, you might have to credit the late, great Kobe Bryant. Doing a lot of workouts with him. That was the #1 thing, that he was challenging her, getting to the rim, how to use her body, how to finish, and also that Mamba mentality.
Nice. She worked a lot in the offseason after the disappointing loss in the Final Four to create space just like that.
And her mind is strong, right? You're not going to take her out of a game. You can't talk her out of it. You can't bring whatever defense. She's going to stay competitive.
Watson, assisted by Citron. She was supposed to be a part of next year's top 10, top 5 recruiting class for Niele Ivey with Emma Resch and Hannah Hidalgo, who are both McDonald's All-Americans. Van Lith with the nice cross. Dixon O'Boards. Triple good from Carr. It's a Louisville party through the first 3 quarters today. And Van Lith whistled for the foul, trying to get on top of the screen for Citron, her second. Well, you gotta like to. Hailey Van Lith is ticked off, even though they're up big, because she didn't want to get whistled for that last foul.
Well, she didn't like coming out of the game either.
No. Well, at this point, it's to get ready for tomorrow.
How about Ebo staying on the floor with those 4 fouls?
Carr, short. Another offensive rebound for Louisville, and Olivia Cochran injured on the play. The 3 seed taking on the 2 seed Duke. Coming up next. Winner gets the winner of this one. Carr. Oh, yeah. That almost beat the buzzer.
Look, Duke is tough. They are a grinded-out defense. They're an up-the-line. They are aggressive. They are locked in. Their focus yesterday was fantastic on the defensive end.
Louisville's defense today, they have held Notre Dame to less than 10 points in all 3 quarters this afternoon.
There's a backdoor and a nice setup by Niele Ivey off the timeout.
Just underway, 4th quarter. Winner will face either Duke or Vatek in the championship. As tomorrow afternoon, 1 o'clock on ESPN, that kicks off our Championship Sunday coverage. Championship games across the country. How about that Pac-12 craziness, Debbie? Stanford and Utah. Oh, this is a pass right here.
Only one person in the history of our game has won the Wade Trophy and did not score 1,000 points.
What you got for us, Angel?
Oh, I just would like to say congratulations to Corey Close, who actually coached me while I was at Florida State, now at UCLA, and now in the Pac-12 championship, and with Kiki Rice, the first Jordan brand ambassador to coming out of high school, doing her thing. So congrats to Corey Close.
Oh, to have that NIL deal. Huh?
Next year, Kiki. How about Juju Watkins at Southern Cal? Naismith High School Girls Player of the Year.
Carr hits the jumper. Yeah, they got some things going on out in Los Angeles as well as those two plan to head to the Big Ten in a couple of years. Steal, score, Louisville.
Steal, score, steal, score.
Prosper, front rims it. Robinson on the run. 3-on-2. Van Lith. And 1. They locked down North Carolina yesterday.
I think the decimal point would mean something to Coach Lawson.
The big storyline, of course, moving forward for Notre Dame will be the availability of star point guard Olivia Miles. And the fact remains that the selection committee may not know her status by Selection Sunday. Out with an injury against Louisville the last game of the regular season, so just a few days ago.
Well, as long as she's listed day-to-day, that means she can come back.
They would have to consider her availability, and that would help Notre Dame get a better seed.
Absolutely. Plus, they're the winners of the ACC regular season. Yes. Good screen by Robinson in there. Citron in the restricted area.
Had Notre Dame as a 3, which would mean they would be able to stay home and host in South Bend, first and second round. Looks like the other 2 semifinalists, Virginia Tech and Duke, also both in line to host. Duke only 1 home loss all season.
The product is the narrative. The product has to be good if we want people to pay attention, and people are paying attention right now to women's college basketball.
And no excuse not to be a good free throw shooter.
Well, no.
That's all on you when no one else is in the gym.
That's right.
Whew. This soapbox makes me feel a little taller.
Good thing we got that off our chest.
Kono up to Jones. Couldn't hold on and out of bounds. Not totally unexpected.
Oh, I feel Gail Gessencourse just rolling her eyes at that one over Sylvia Hatchell's team, putting it on her in 98.
Still thinking about that one.
Kenny Brooks has been building to an opportunity like this. They will be ready to play.
Boy, and as Angel reported earlier, this is the redemption tour for Louisville. It would be more redemption in the final. They lost to both Duke and Virginia Tech in the regular season. But that was before this new and improved Louisville team started showing up later in the year.
Never wants to come out of the game. I mean, she will probably try and defend anyone that's on the floor, but tough as nails is one of the best attributes I think she has.
You know what, Angel? I've asked Georgia about this.
And for Louisville, the momentum continues to build as they will be headed back to the ACC championship game.
Oh,
I like it.
No whistles, no tennis balls.
They will be seeking a second ACC championship in the last handful of years. Kono. And Louisville sending statements to the selection committee. Hey, keep moving us up. Get us closer to that 4-seed line.
Got to get the ball over midcourt here, and that'll be it. What a win for the Cardinal. What a team effort on the defensive end. Connected,